They said it was impossible. A club that hadn't won the league in 30 years. A team that had just sold every single star player. A manager who'd never won a league title outside of Germany. But in just 5 years, Jurgen Klopp turned Liverpool from 8th place failures into the most terrifying force in European football.
Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool's king to the cop are champions of Europe once again.
They won everything. The Premier League, the Champions League, every single trophy imaginable. And he did it with half the budget of Manchester City. This is the story of how one crazy German with broken glasses and an unshakable belief turned a broken Liverpool into absolute monsters. This is how Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool quite literally broke football. But before Liverpool, nobody saw this coming. Because Jurgen Klopp, he was never supposed to be here. As a player, he was bang average at best. Spent his entire career at Mainz, a German lower league club better known for their beer festivals than their football. When his playing days ended, they gave him the manager's job. And that's when people started to notice something different about this guy. In his very first season, he won promotion to the Bundesliga for the first time in Mainz's entire history. Then, with literally the smallest budget in the entire league, he got them into the UEFA Cup. Germany started asking, who is this guy? Borussia Dortmund were watching. They hired him in 2008, and that's when he shocked the world. He invented something called gegenpressing, a relentless, suffocating style of football, where his team would hunt in packs, pressing opponents into mistakes. It was revolutionary, it was exhausting, it was beautiful chaos. And it worked. He won the Bundesliga twice, beat Bayern Munich at their own game, reached the Champions League final. But then Bayern did what Bayern always does. They bought his best players. Gutsy, Lewandowski, gone. The dream was fading, but by then, Klopp had become the most wanted manager in Europe. Every big club wanted him. But Jurgen didn't just want any job. He needed passion. He needed fire. He needed Liverpool. When Liverpool came calling in October 2015, they weren't the Liverpool we know today. They were a mess. Just 1 year earlier, they'd come within a Steven Gerrard slip of winning the Premier League. Then everything collapsed. Luis Suarez left for Barcelona. Raheem Sterling went to Manchester City. Steven Gerrard, their captain, their legend, even he left for the MLS. They'd gone from title challengers to 6th place. They couldn't score goals, they couldn't defend. And their rivals, Manchester United, had won 13 Premier League titles, while Liverpool had won 0. Zero. In the entire Premier League era, Liverpool had never won it. The fans were desperate, angry, broken. They'd been waiting 25 years to get back on top, and every year they fell further behind. When Klopp walked into his first press conference, the media expected big promises, bold claims, but instead, he said this: "Does anyone in this room think that I can do wonders? I'm a normal guy from the Black Forest." Nobody knew it yet, but that normal guy was about to change everything. If you're enjoying this story of one of football's greatest transformations, smash that like button and subscribe so you never miss another incredible football story like this one. Klopp's first game was October 17, 2015, away to Tottenham. It ended 0-0. And honestly, the team he put out was rough. Simon Mignolet in goal, Nathaniel Klein, Mamadou Sakho, Alberto Moreno, Lucas Leiva. These weren't world beaters. These were, well, they were what Liverpool had. That first season was hard. They finished 8th, conceded 50 goals, lost 2 finals, the League Cup on penalties to City, and the Europa League to Sevilla. Critics started calling Klopp a bottler, said he couldn't win the big games. But something else was happening, something beneath the surface. Liverpool were learning to press. They were learning to fight until the 96th minute. They scored a 5-4 winner against Norwich so late that Klopp literally broke his glasses celebrating. This team had a new identity now. They were mentality monsters in the making. Summer 2016 came. Klopp binned off 15 players from the Brendan Rodgers era. Then he made one signing that changed everything. Sadio Mane from Southampton. The 2016-17 season started on fire. 8 wins in the first 11 games. They were top of the table. But then Mane went to the Africa Cup of Nations and Liverpool collapsed. 5 games without a win. The dream was dead. They finished 4th, Champions League secured, but still so far from the title. And then disaster. Their best player, Philippe Coutinho, wanted to leave. Barcelona were offering crazy money. Klopp spent the entire summer fighting them off, barely keeping him at the club. But that summer, he made the signing that would change Liverpool forever. Mohamed Salah, $40 million from Roma. People laughed at this. Remember, Salah had flopped at Chelsea. Fans were saying, why are we buying Chelsea's reject? This was supposed to be a risk, a gamble. Instead, it was the greatest transfer in Liverpool's modern history. The 2017-18 season started terribly. Lost 5-0 to City, lost 4-1 to Spurs, 3 wins in 9 games. This looked like another disaster. Then something clicked. 14 games unbeaten. Salah was scoring for fun, 13 goals in that run alone. This guy was unstoppable.
And he has Salah in support, and there he is, and there's his goal!
By January, Klopp knew what he needed. The defense was still leaking goals, so he smashed the world record for a defender, Virgil van Dijk, $75 million from Southampton. But to afford that, he had to do something painful. He let Coutinho go to Barcelona for $142 million. At the time, it felt like a disaster, losing your best player halfway through the season. But looking back, it was the moment everything changed, because now Klopp had the money and the freedom to build his team. Van Dijk and Lovren at the back, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson as attacking fullbacks, Henderson, Milner, and Wijnaldum in midfield. And up front, the most deadly trio in Europe, Salah, Firmino, Mane. They finished 4th in the league, but nobody cared about that, because Liverpool were on a rampage through the Champions League. Smashed Porto 5-0, beat Manchester City 5-1 on aggregate. Then in the semifinal, they went 5-2 up against Roma, before nearly throwing it away in the second leg, scraping through 7-6 on aggregate. But they were in the final, Liverpool versus Real Madrid in Kyiv, their first Champions League final in 11 years. And then everything went wrong. Sergio Ramos tangled with Salah, dislocating his shoulder, their best player gone in the first half. Then Ramos elbowed goalkeeper Loris Karius in the head, giving him a concussion. Karius proceeded to have the worst game of his life, throwing the ball directly to Benzema for a gift goal, then fumbling a Gareth Bale shot. Final score, 3-1. Real Madrid won. Klopp had lost another final. The critics came back. Bottler can't win the big one. But Klopp knew. His team was so close. They just needed a few more pieces. Summer 2018. Klopp fixed the goalkeeper problem. Alisson from Roma for £67 million. Added Fabinho in midfield. Added Naby Keita. Added Xherdan Shaqiri. Now the team was complete. Every position had a world-class player. The 2018-19 season started perfectly. 6 straight wins. Liverpool looked unstoppable. Then came the test. Manchester City at Anfield. 0-0. 86th minute. Van Dijk fouls Sané. Penalty to City. Riyad Mahrez steps up and blasts it over the bar. Liverpool survive. Then came the Merseyside derby. 0-0 in the 96th minute. Divock Origi scores. Klopp sprints onto the pitch like a madman. Liverpool are alive. By Christmas, they're top of the league. The festive period ends with a 5-1 destruction of Arsenal. Then a huge game against City. City score first. Firmino equalizes. Then Sané scores in the 72nd minute. Liverpool's first loss of the season. But they don't give up. They keep winning and winning and winning. Liverpool beat Chelsea, smashed Huddersfield 5-0, beat Newcastle 3-2. But City won't stop either. Final day of the season, Liverpool beat Wolves 2-0. They finish with 97 points, only 1 loss all season. And they finish second, because Manchester City got 98. It was the most heartbreaking way to lose a title race in history. Liverpool had done everything right. They'd been absolutely incredible, and it still wasn't enough. This should have broken them, but instead it made them hungrier. Because while they lost the league, they still had the Champions League. And this time, they were about to pull off something impossible. Semi-final, Barcelona. First leg at the Camp Nou. Liverpool get destroyed 3-0. Luis Suarez scores against his old club. Then Messi scores 2 late goals. It's over. There's no coming back from this. But Klopp said something before the second leg. Just try, or fail in the most beautiful way. Anfield, second leg. Origi scores early, 3-1. Then Wijnaldum comes on at halftime and scores twice in 3 minutes, 3-3 on aggregate. Then the 79th minute, Trent Alexander-Arnold walks up to take a corner. Barcelona aren't paying attention. He quickly rolls it to Origi, who smashes it into the net. Anfield erupts, one of the greatest Champions League comebacks of all time. They're in the final. This time they face Tottenham, not Real Madrid. Salah scores a penalty in the 2nd minute. Liverpool's defense locks it down. Then Origi scores late to finish it. Champions of Europe. Klopp finally has his trophy. The Bottler narrative is dead. But the fans wanted more. They wanted the Premier League, the one trophy Liverpool had never won. The 2019-20 season begins. No major signings, same squad, but they're on a mission. 8 straight wins to start the season. Robertson makes a last-ditch tackle against Sheffield United. Milner scores a 96-minute penalty against Leicester. Lallana scores late against Man United at Old Trafford. Then Aston Villa, losing with 3 minutes left. Robertson scores in the 87th minute. Mané scores the winner in the 95th. They're not just winning, they're finding ways to win that seem impossible. Next up, Manchester City at Anfield. Liverpool win. They're now 9 points clear. By January, they're 25 points ahead of City. 25! The title is inevitable. And then, COVID-19. Football shuts down. Liverpool need 2 more wins to be champions, but the season is suspended. For months, Liverpool fans are in agony. What if the season gets canceled? What if they were this close and it gets taken away? But in June, football returns. Liverpool beat Crystal Palace 4-0. Then Man City lose to Chelsea. It's official. Liverpool are champions of England for the first time in 30 years, for the first time in Premier League history. They finished with 99 points, 32 wins, only 3 losses. They set records everywhere. Most consecutive home wins, biggest lead at the top. Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool were officially one of the greatest teams of all time. They'd beaten Pep Guardiola, they'd ended 30 years of hurt. The crazy German had done the impossible. If this story gave you goosebumps, make sure you've hit that like button. And if you want more incredible football content like this, subscribe and turn on notifications. But this team wanted more. In 2021-22, they went for the quadruple, trying to win all 4 trophies in one season. They won the League Cup, beating Chelsea on penalties. They won the FA Cup, beating Chelsea again on penalties. They pushed Manchester City all the way in the league, finishing with 92 points, but City got 93, 1 point short again. Then came the Champions League final, Real Madrid again. And just like in Kiev, Real Madrid won 1-0. So close to immortality, so close to the impossible, but they fell just short. The 2022-23 season was tough. The team looked exhausted. They finished 5th, missing out on the Champions League. But in 2023-24, Klopp's final season, they bounced back one last time. They won the League Cup again, beating Chelsea with a Van Dijk header in the 118th minute. They finished 3rd in the league. And then, at the end of the season, Klopp announced he was leaving. He was tired. He'd given everything to this club. In 9 years, he'd won every trophy. The Premier League, the Champions League, 2 League Cups, the FA Cup, the Club World Cup, the UEFA Super Cup. He turned Liverpool from a mid-table mess into one of the most feared teams in European history. And he did it with passion, with belief, with heavy metal football. Jurgen Klopp will forever be a Liverpool legend.